batting, Mike Kelly. Now batting, Blake Willoy.
All right, welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. Dr. John Groth with you for Game 2. Finally got our lineups in the score sheet, so we're ready to roll here. First batter was Mike Kelly. He took a third strike for the first out of the ball game. Tapper to second base. This is Bermudez throwing out Blake Wilhoit, and there's 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down in the first. The lineup for the Chinooks, Kelly, Wilhoit, Leonasio to lead it off here in the first inning. Then it's Ryan Callahan, Matheson, Rover, Mance, Beck, and Broom in that order. Mike Kelly, the center fielder, Wilhoit, the catcher, Leonasio, the second baseman, Callahan in left, Matheson, the DH, Rover at short, Mance at third, Beck at first, and Braden Broom in right field. The pitcher for the Nooks here in Game 2 is Nate Riddle. Defensively for the Pilots, Jacob Stinson in left, Blake Jackson in center, Elijah Rodriguez in right. Andrew Knuckala gets the start at third, Joey Wright back at short, Bermudez back at second, Nathan Barraza at first. The catcher is Troy Harding, and on the mound, Casey Uper, a senior, a rising senior in Irvine, California, Irvine. 2-1 on the summer with a 3.52 ERA, 23 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, just 7 walks. For the rising senior from Irvine, California, Casey Uper. This will be Uper's 7th appearance and his 6th start for the Pilots. He's 1 strike away from getting the Nooks in order here in the first. Ryan Leonasio, 2 for 4 in the opener, takes a ball. It's 2-2. Leo, a strikeout, a 2-run single, a solo homer, and a pop-up to second base. So drove in 3 of the Nooks' 5 runs in Game 1. The 2-2 popped out of play. We'll do it again. Tall, lanky, left-handed. The 2-2 pitch misses inside. Full count. The pitch. Check swing, thought he might have gone. No go, says the first base umpire. So Leo will draw the 2-out walk. Pretty good pitch, good breaker. And Leo held up. Here's Ryan Callahan, the cleanup hitter. Callie in the opener Couple of walks, couple of ground balls to second. 0 for 2. And there's a pass ball. And Leo's thinking about going to third. He'll stay at second base. One ball, one strike to Ryan Callahan. The spin move, no throw there. Next pitch. That ball's pretty well hit, but playable in center, and that'll be it. F8 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on no hits, one left. And after 1/2 inning, it's the Chinooks 0, and the Glacier Pilots coming to the plate.
As we get game 2 started here, fans,
All right, let's do a little catch-up work here as we try to get you the lineup for the Glacier Pilots here in Game 2. They're led by Garrick Mosiello, and actually I think both coaches will not be coaching in this game. So not sure who the head coach will be, the acting head coach for this game, but here's the lineup for Game 2. Leading off is the right fielder Elijah Rodriguez. Batting second, second baseman Will Bermudez. Batting third, the center fielder Blake Jackson. Batting cleanup, first baseman Nathan Barraza. Batting fifth, the catcher Troy Harding. Batting sixth, left fielder Jacob Stinson. Batting seventh, the shortstop Joey Wright. Batting eighth, the DH Andrew Lamb. Batting ninth for the Pilots, third baseman Andrew Nicoluk. Defensively for the Chinooks, in the outfield, it's Ryan Callahan in left, Mike Kelly in center, Braden Broom in right field. First pitch fouled off, strike one. Around the infield, Logan Mans at third, Tommy Rover at short, Ryan Linasio at second, Ty Beck at first. Blake Wilhoit gets the nod behind the plate, and on the mound, the right-handed senior from the University of Cincinnati Claremont, Nate Riddle. For Nate Riddle, this will be outing number 5 of the summer, all 5 as a starter. 1-2 with a 5.68 ERA. 19 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts to just 7 walks. The senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, Nate Riddle. 1 ball, 2 strikes to leadoff hitter Elijah Rodriguez. Nate going from the full windup. 1-2 pitch, foul tip. Blake held on, strikeout. So 1 up and 1 down here in the first for the Pilots. This will be a 7-inning game. All doubleheaders in the ABL are 7s. So Nooks able to score a single run in the top of the 7th and win the first game 5-4. Now it's Will Bermudez. Breaking pitch misses, ball 1. Bermudez in the opening ball game 1 for 4. He doubled in his first plate appearance and then flew out a couple of times, struck out swinging in that 7th inning. In fact, he was the last batter that Ryan Matheson retired in securing the win. Matheson now 3-0 with 2 saves. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball, second base. Leo up with it. Throws over to Ty Beck, 2 outs. So a quiet start here in the first inning with both clubs. And here's the 3-hitter, Blake Jackson, center fielder. Jackson officially 1 for 1 in the ball game, a 2 RBI double in that first inning to go with a couple of walks. First pitch to Blake Jackson, strike 1. Yeah, it's good to see we still got 3 umpires today. Here's the 0-1 off the plate. Chinooks now 10-12 on the year. Fly ball, right field, hit pretty well, and Broom at the wall and off the wall, and it bounces away from Braden and looking to go to third. The throw not in time. Blake Jackson, a triple off the wall in right field. As Braden Broom got to that wall, and it just hit off the wall above his head, and it bounced a long way away from him, so it took him a while to run it down, and by the time he did, Jackson into third with a triple. And now it's Nathan Barraza for the first time here in game 2. Barraza 0 for 3 in the opener, a strikeout, a fly ball to center, and a ground ball to second base. Still scoreless, bottom of the first. First pitch is in there, strike 1. A 1 pitch off the plate. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch. The 2-1. Little looper in the left. This will fall in. 1-0 Pilots. RBI single for Nathan Barraza. Well, this is what they did in the first game. They jumped out to a first inning lead. They actually had a 2-0 lead in the first game. And that was Blake Jackson in game 1. This time it's Barraza getting the RBI with 2 outs. Now it's Troy Harding. Troy Harding did not play in the opening ball game. There's a question from Greg about whether I ever got tossed from an ABL game. Absolutely did. Probably 5 or 6 times in 10 years. Not a lot, but every so often it happened. So thanks for the question. always tried to be respectful, but we're all human on both sides of that situation, umpires and coaches. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And that's fouled at home plate. Harding now behind 1-2. Yeah, I would have been, for whatever reason, I have memories of being ejected more times before the turf was installed, if that makes sense. I don't know why. But I would have gotten tossed of those 5 or 6 tossing. There's a liner into right. That's going to be extra bases. Harding's going to hit first and head for second. The runner is going to be held at third base. And the Pilots looking for more here in the first. Harding just kind of reached out and poked that ball, and it got over Tybeck's head and into the corner. So it's a double. Barraza ends up at third base. Third base coach thought about sending Barraza, but he held him up. And now it's Jacob Stinson with 2 guys in scoring position and 2 outs. Jacob Stinson in the opener, 1 for 2, an RBI and a run scored. He's back in left field, batting 6th in this game. He's going to show bunt, pull back. Strike 1. Well, the Pilots have done this more than once in the games we've played them. With 2 outs and a runner at third, they've shown bunt early in the count. The 0-1 popped out of play, left side. That's going to get into the bleachers. And it's an 0-2 count. No, Nate got ahead of Troy Harding, and Harding just really good at bat, just kind of flicked his hands, and that ball that went into right field for the double wasn't the prettiest swing, but got the job done on a tough pitch. Now it's 0-2, the pitch. Ball's high, left field, playable, should be Callahan, and he'll make the grab for the final out. F7 if you're scoring at the house. But the Pilots do get a run on 3 hits. They'll leave 2 guys on. And after 1 complete inning, the Pilots lead 1-0. Welcome back to Anchorage. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Top of the 2nd inning. First pitch to Ryan Matheson in there for a strike. Well, Ryan Matheson had quite a game in the first ball game. At the plate, he was 0 for 1 officially. Ended up scoring the game-winning run in the top of the 7th inning on a crazy play in which resulted in Garrick Mosiello getting ejected. He hopped over the catcher to score the 5th run of the game, and then he went out and proceeded to earn his 3rd win of the summer on the mound. The 0-2 to Matheson just misses. So Casey Uper, the rising high school senior, 7th appearance of the summer and his 6th start. Really effective and bright future for this left-hander. Loose arm, doing well against college hitters already. He's got another year high school. Ground ball to 3rd. This is Knuckleluck, and there's 1 out. Andrew Knuckleluck did not play in the opening ball game, but he's over there at 3rd base for game 2. We've seen him all over the infield. The only position he hasn't played is first base. He's played 3rd, he's played short, he's played 2nd. And that was a nice play and a hard hit ball by Ryan Matheson. Now it's Tommy Rover. And the switch hitter will bat righty against the left-handed Casey Uper. First pitch. This is inside, ball 1. Tommy Rover in the opening ball game was 0 for 3. Couple of ground balls, a fly ball, and a walk. Next pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, it looks like all the youth games out on the fields beyond Mulcahy here seem to be done for the day. 2-0 pitch. Look out. That was right at us. Ricochet rabbit up here in the press box. We got plexiglass in front of us. That ball missed my booth by about a foot. Bounced to my right and then slammed over towards the pilots. They're together, a PA booth next to me, and then on the other side of that is their radio crew. 3 balls, 1 strike to the Chinooks shortstop, Tommy Rover. Swing and a miss. 3-2. He just came right at him. Ground ball, he got jammed. This is Knuckleluck at 3rd again, and that'll be out number 2. Couple of ground balls handled cleanly by Andrew Knuckleluck. And that'll bring up Logan Mance for the first time here in game 2. Logan, he got the sac fly that won the game. It was not a deep fly by any stretch. And Elijah Rodriguez came in, made the throw to the plate. The throw was offline, and that caused the catcher, Huck Wathen, to come up the line into the right-handed batter's box. And when he did that, Ryan Matheson stopped, jumped over him, and scored the game winner in the top of the 7th. Here's the 1-0 to Logan. In there for a strike, it's 1-1. Well, we're glad you're with us. Would love to hear from where you're watching from, who you're rooting for here in game 2. Nooks trying to be 6-0 on Sunday. They're 5-0 against these Pilots on Sunday this summer in the ABL. A quirk of the schedule has the Nooks and the Pilots playing on every Sunday to this point. Now, next Sunday, that streak will be broken because the Nooks and the Oilers will do battle at Lee Jordan. But for the first half of this summer, every Sunday you could count on it. Nooks Pilots, and so far the Nooks have won 5 in a row on Sunday afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Chinook 3rd baseman, Logan Mance. And that ball's going to come up short. Logan, 6'1", 200, out of the University of Missouri St. Louis, a junior from Slinger, Wisconsin. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball, center field, and actually the left fielder is going to call it now. And an easy play out there for Jacob Stinson for out number 3. F7, if you're scoring at the house. The Nooks go in order here in inning number 2. We'll go to the bottom half. It's still 1-0 Pilots.
This happening score, Pilots 1, Chinooks.
Joey Wright to lead it off here in inning number 2 for the Pilots. And he'll foul that one off. And 1 strike on Joey Wright, the shortstop. Wright batted in the 9 hole in the opening game, up in the 7 spot here for game 2. Opening game, a strikeout, a base hit to right field, a ground out to third. He was 1 for 3. The Pilots an even 500 right now at 11-11. So if the Nooks can win this game, they would be tied for third with the Pilots. And pop up, shallow center, and Leo is going to call. Now it's going to be Mike Kelly calling him off. Well, that'll be F8. Ryan Linagio called that ball, and then here comes Mike Kelly. Outfielder always has priority on those balls in between the infielder and the outfielder. He's running forward and the outfielder running backwards, so Leo correctly deferred to Mike Kelly for out number 1. Here's Andrew Lamb for the first time today. Did not play in the game, the opening game. Fouls off a bunt attempt, strike 1. You've got a couple of new guys in the lineup for the Pilots. Harding, the catcher, in the 5 hole. Lamb in the 8 hole as a designated hitter. And then the on-deck hitter, Andrew Nuckaluk, did not play in the openers. Got 3 new guys. That pitch is going to miss. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 2nd inning, game 2 of the doubleheader. Chinooks trying to stay perfect on Sunday in ABL play. Now they're 5-0 on Sunday afternoon. And all those games against the Pilots. The 2-1 off the plate. Next Sunday, the Nooks will host the Oilers in a 4 o'clock game, and then 2 weeks from today, the Bucks come to Lee Jordan Field on Sunday. And then that final Sunday of the regular season, that'll be the last game of the summer regular season on the schedule. The Nooks will be in Kenai and play the Oilers in a 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon game on the peninsula. Well, a 1-out walk to Lamb puts him at first base. That'll be the first walk for Nate Riddle. Now it's the 9-hitter, Andrew Nicoluk. And Andrew Nicoluk did not play in the opening ball game, so it's his first time to step to home plate today. Just off the plate, ball 1. Well, that sun, boy, there are very few clouds in the sky. We have not had many days like this all summer long. The temperature hasn't really done anything. It's still 60 degrees. But that sun up there sure feels a little warmer in this press box. That ball's hammered to center. Mike Kelly comes in, makes the play. He'll throw behind the runner, and getting back in time is Andrew Lamb. So the liner off the bat of Nicoluk. Good read by Mike Kelly. He came in and made the grab for the second out. And Andrew Lamb had to scurry back to first base to avoid the double play. Now it's the top of the lineup, Elijah Rodriguez. Rodriguez struck out swinging his first time up. So he's 0 for 1 in this contest. First pitch misses, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the left side. 1-1. Well, we'll see the Oilers again tomorrow at Lee Jordan. And then it's back to Matsu on Tuesday. Nooks are in a short little streak here of 5 games in 4 days. A couple of those games at Palmer. Here's the 1-1. Well hit to short. Rover over to Leo, and there's your inning. 6-4 if you're scoring at the house. That ball was hit pretty well by Rodriguez, but it hit right to Tommy Rover. Easy flip over to Ryan Lenagio for the final out. No runs on no hits, 1 left on. And after 2 complete innings, Pilots hold on to a 1-0 lead. Well, I'm going to bring you back a little early. I missed game 22, and I had a verse picked out, or a section of scripture to read you. So, chapter 22 of the book of Matthew. And it's going to be verses 34 to 40. But when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together, and one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question to test him. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And he said to them, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments depend all the law and the prophets. So love God and love people. Not a whole lot else matters in this world. So some good words from Matthew 22. I missed reading that in game 22. We'll read from a chapter 23 somewhere in Scripture, and bet you can maybe you'll guess which one I'm going to read later on in this ball game. But hope that encourages you. Don't get too confused on what the Scriptures say about this, that, or the other. You love God with all your might, and you love others as yourself, and you're going to fulfill all of what God wants for you. So here's Ty Beck for the first time in game 2. Takes a ball. Down in that 8 spot for game 2. 1-0 pitch. Gonna miss. Got the left on left matchup. Ty in game one walked twice, grounded out to second, and got a base hit and scored a run in the 6th inning. So officially he was 1 for 2 in that ball game. The 1-0 catches the corner. One ball, I'm sorry, it was 1-1. So it's now 1-2 on the Chinook first baseman. 8, 9, and 1 here in inning number 3. And the youngster, Casey Uper, on the mound for the Pilots. Missed on that one, 2-2. Uper trying to earn his 3rd win of the summer for the Pilots. The full windup and a 2-2. Strike 3 called. A little bit of delay there. And that'll be strikeout number 2. Both of them have been looking. First one since Mike Kelly struck out to lead the ball game. So with 1 out, here's Braden Broom. Oh, sorry. Thought that was strike 3. Mr. Umpire punched him out. And Ty's still there, so he fooled everybody. I'm down there writing down a strikeout. Look out, hit the bull. Well, the scoreboard was wrong. And so ball 4, Ty earns the walk, so scratch that. So runner at first. Good gracious, the pen just doesn't. Frustrating when you get bad information here. Leadoff walk to Ty, now it is Braden Broom. The kick. First pitch to Braden high and away. Ball 1. Braden Broom comes in 3 for 32. It's an .094 average. A couple of runs scored, a double, 5 RBI for the Chinook right fielder. 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch, and that's going to miss. 3-0. Well, you're 1 pitch away from putting a couple of guys on with no one out and rolling the lineup back to the top. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Ty getting a very modest lead over there at first base. Ball 4. It is 2 walks to open up the 3rd inning for the Chinooks. And that'll be the 3rd walk issued by Uper. 2 on, nobody out. Mike Kelly. Gotta believe you're going to be bunting here. First and second, no one out. Down by a run in the 3rd inning. Again, this is a 7-inning ball game, so. And Kelly tries to bunt, fouls it off, strike 1. Colonel Ted giving the signs in the 3rd base box here for game 2. Tim Cole still out of circulation after being ejected in game 1. The 0-1, actually, Uper's going to keep the runners close. And it looks like you got the Babe down at first base now. Both of them, well, Babe's unied up. He's got the double deuces on that uni, and Ted's still got the red Chinook undershirt going today. That pitch is called a strike. Looked like it might have been a little bit high, but now it's a 2-strike count on Mike Kelly. And see if he stays with the bunt or tries to put it in play here. Barraza is still in front of the runner at first base, so he's thinking there's going to be a bunt coming here. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called. And Mike Kelly not happy with that. Walked back to the dugout. Big strikeout right there for Casey Hooper. Strikeout number 2, and Kelly has taken both of the strikeouts so far, both of them looking. Now it's Blake Wilhoit. Ground ball to second base, 0 for 1 for Blake. Coming into the ball game, .273 average for the Chinook catcher. Swings through a pitch, it's 0-1. 12 for 44, 4 runs scored, a double, 7 RBI. The 0-1, pretty good spot right there, called a ball. Pilot fans concurring. 1-0 Pilots, top of the third. The Chinooks 2 walks to open the inning. Mike Kelly just took a third strike, and now it's Blake Wilhoit with a 1-1 count. The pitch. And that ball is down the right field line, and it's fair. That's going to score at least 1 run. Wilhoit to second. The second runner is going to be held. And Wilhoit coming to third, and you got 2 Chinooks at third. The ball gets away. No, it didn't get away. Now we're going to have all kinds of stuff going on here. And Wilhoit's going to be out. He ran into an out. And he was watching the runner in front of him. Ted McGovern had come way down the line and eventually ended up holding up the second base runner, who was Braden Broom. So he ends up at third base. So it'll be a single. Actually, it'll be a double. And an RBI for Wilhoit, and he'll get tagged out in between second and third by the third baseman. So with 2 outs in the inning, it is Ryan Leonasio with the runner at third. First pitch to Leo, swing and a miss, strike 1. Part of the issue with that rundown is that as a runner comes around second, he's taking his cues from Braden Broom, and Braden Broom hit third with every intention of scoring as Ted was way down the line, Coach McGovern, and he put the brakes on. And when Blake Wilhoit looked at third base and saw Braden Broom coming around like he was, he thought he'd come on to third, but at some point you got to put the brakes on when you realize that Braden Broom did not go home. And so that didn't happen, and you ended up with 2 Chinooks at third base. And could have been worse. Sometimes you get that double play when the wrong guy steps off the bag in those situations. But the Nooks got a runner at third with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Leo. The pitch. Missed inside just by a bit. 2-2. Two outs and a 2-2 count. Ryan Leonasio drew a walk his first time up. Another pitch that just missed inside. Tell you what, Hooper, his misses aren't big. He is around the plate, and tell you what, that'll serve him well. He can develop a good pitch repertoire and pop up, and I think it's going to get into the bleachers. And it does. So out of play, we'll do it again. A rising senior from Irvine, California. For him to be as competitive as he is in this league at this age, pretty impressive. Certainly looks the part. And you got to believe that pretty good level college ball is in his future. Speaking of that, the draft is happening soon, if not already started. Leo draws another walk, so you got 2 on and 2 outs. That'll be walk number 4. Runners on the corners, and Here's Ryan Callahan, who flew out to end the first inning to center field. He's 0 for 1. Callahan started the day at 3:15. He has driven in 10 Chinooks this summer. Now Uper's going to step off, and catcher's going to give some signs to the infielders so they know what to do on this first and third. You might get Leo moving here. Try to get him in scoring position. Callie's still looking for his first hit of the day. First pitch, fly ball center field. This is playable for Blake Jackson, and he'll squeeze it for the final out. F8 if you're scoring at the house. But the Nooks get on the board, and we are tied. Boy, we've been saying that all day, haven't we? It's now 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. Back in just a minute. Bottom of the third inning here at Anchorage. 1-1 our score. And for the Pilots, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Will Bermudez to lead it off. Ground ball to second base his first time up. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the left side. Strike one. Bermudez, 385 coming into today's doubleheader. 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 RBI. Pitch is in there. 0-2. Well, as a club coming in, the Pilots 280. And boy, it was, what was it, last Sunday? That's dropped about 15 points in the last week. Because they were leading the ABL in batting average. They still are leading the ABL in batting average. Ground ball to second. Leo up with it, and there's one out. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. Second time Bermudez has hit it to Leo. Now it's Blake Jackson. A triple his first time up, and he scored a run after Barraza drove him in. So a 2-out triple for Jackson. He's 1 for 1. Glacier Pilots lead the ABL in batting average, 282. Then it's the Bucks, 265. The Chinooks right in the middle at 254. The Miners, 245, and the Oilers, 242. Team batting average. First pitch is going to miss outside. Ball 1 to Blake Jackson. Nate Riddle on the mound, senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. 5th appearance for the Nooks. 1-2 with a 5.68 ERA coming into today. Struck out 17 batters and walked just 7 in 19 innings of work. 2-0 pitch, well hit to center. That'll fall in front of Mike Kelly. And Jackson now 2 for 2, a triple and a single, halfway to the cycle. That'll bring up Nathan Barraza. He had an RBI single his first time up. 1 for 1 for Barraza. Barraza, a .310 hitter for the summer. 6 doubles, a couple of homers, and 15 RBI. Well, he had at least 16 because he had 1 the first time up. First pitch swung on and missed. 1 out, 1 aboard. We're in the bottom of inning number 3 of Game 2. Doubleheader here from Mulcahy Stadium. Dr. John Groth with you. The 0-1 off the plate. Very pleasant day here in Anchorage. Boy, if you're out in the sun, you're going to need some sunscreen. We have not seen the sun this bright in quite a while. Boy, he got jammed, fouled it down the first base line. 1-2. We have been almost 10 degrees below normal. Normal temps this time of year in Anchorage, in the Anchorage area, about 65. And we've been living in the low to mid 50s for the last couple of weeks. A lot of rain. Everything's greened up tremendously, but not the funnest to play baseball in. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. Right in the middle of a 5 games in 4 days stretch for the Chinooks. Closer than it looked like at first base. Bookend games at Palmer. Saturday, it was a 7-1 loss to the Miners. And got the Pilots with 2 here in Anchorage today. Back to Lee Jordan tomorrow as the Oilers come to Chugiak, and then back to Palmer on Tuesday. So you get 5 in 4 days, then an off day on Wednesday, and then the Miners and the Oilers come on Thursday, Friday to Lee Jordan. A couple of home games. Chinooks will actually have 3 home games in a row. Thursday, Friday, off Saturday, and then Sunday. And that will be another pretty good stretch of ball games. You got 5 in a row starting next Sunday. Oilers here, Bucks down here. Oilers at home at Lee Jordan, Bucks in Anchorage, Bucks at Lee Jordan, and then back to the Miners for the final time this summer. And then finishing that stretch up on Thursday the 20th with a home game against the Bucks. Happens fast here in Alaska, I'm telling you. Game number 23. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, that's going to get through, a base hit. And the runner was off with the pitch. Throw to third, not in time. So a base hit for Barraza. He's now 2 for 2. And Jackson, when he was running on the pitch, easily gets to third base. Runners in the corners, only 1 out, and it's Troy Harding. Hit a double to right field his first time. I'm kind of just flipped his bat at a tough pitch, and that ball went all the way into the corner for a double. So Harding looking to extend his hitting streak and give the Pilots the lead. We're tied at 1. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Troy Harding, 305 on the summer. 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 8 RBI. The 1-1, actually the 0-1 is going to miss. Now it's 1-1. Now it's 1-1. Now you're going to flip a pickoff over to first base. Line drive into left field, base hit, and the Pilots retake the lead. Well, 3 consecutive singles. And that'll be an RBI for Harding. And that'll score Blake Jackson. So you have 3 singles in a row after getting Bermudez to ground out to open the inning. And here comes the Babe. Going to make a visit. You got no one in that bullpen yet for the Chinooks. So just to give Nate Riddle a rest, a chance to recuperate a little bit here and rethink what's going on. You're still 1 pitch away with the ground ball. The inning would be over if you could turn 2. Jacob Stinson, who hit a fly ball to left field his first time up, 0 for 1, ended the first inning. So you got somebody going down there. Don't have access to a pitch count, as the Pilots do not do live stats for whatever reason. So right now don't have access to any of those kind of numbers. Stepping in is Jacob Stinson. First pitch in there, strike 1. Jacob flew out to left field his first time up, so 0 for 1 in this game. Did have an RBI single in the opener. I'll have to keep that ball low in the zone, let your infield go to work here. The 0-1. Misses high and away. One ball, 1 strike. Nate Riddle from the set. The kick, the pitch. Gonna miss high. 2-1. And that wind, probably about 10 miles an hour out of the west, southwest. Fly ball out of play. It's an even 2-2 count. We're at the 6th position for the Pilots. Started the inning off with Will Bermudez, who grounded out to Leo at second. He's the 2-hitter, so it's 2-3-4. And now it's Stinson, the 6-hitter, after 3 base hits in a row. The ball's hammered to center, and it's going to get down for a hit. And it's hit so hard that you got to hold the runner. So 4 consecutive singles for the Pilots here in inning number 3. And Barraza at second, Harding at Barraza at third, Harding at second, Stinson at first. Here's Joey Wright, flew out to center field his first time up. Still nobody throwing for the Chinooks in their pen. So right now it's Nate Riddle. Breaking pitch just off the plate, not by much. Well, you're still 1 pitch away here if you can finagle a flip and dip double play here. The 1-0. That's off the plate, not close. Got nowhere to put the batter. Got to come into him, make him swing the bat here. The 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Well, this has been the day all day long. First game was a back and forth seesaw battle that the Chinooks held on for a 5-4 win. And This has been a very similar game. 1-1 going to this inning, and Pilots have scored on a run to take the lead from the Chinooks. So scores 2-1, and it's a 2-2 count on Joey Wright, the shortstop. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounder, foul, third base side. Logan runs over and makes the catch. Pilots able to add a run on here in this inning. RBI single by Harding. And they got the bases loaded, still only one out, but a 2-2 count. The pitch. Way off the plate, not close. 3-2 count on 7-hitter Joey Wright. Flew out to center field his first time up. Big pitch coming up here. Pilots have added a run this inning. They lead 2-1. The payoff. Swing and a miss, got him. Might have chased a breaking ball off the plate. And for Nate Riddle, that'll be strikeout number 2 and a big one. And now you just need one more out to get the Nooks off the field. Andrew Lamb steps in. He drew a walk his first time up. That was his first at bat of the day. Did not play in game 1. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. Andrew Lamb, 176. 6 for 34, 5 runs scored, a couple of doubles. Does have a home run, 6 RBI. Line shot up the middle, base hit. 2 runs are going to come home. Kelly will come up throwing, but no shot to get the runner. Andrew Lamb, a sharply hit ball right up the middle that got through the legs almost of Nate Riddle. And it's now 4-1. Five hits in the inning for the Pilots. Still no one up in that bullpen, so you're going to ride Nate Riddle here. You've already made a visit. And the 8th batter of the inning is Andrew Knuckleluck. 2 outs. Knuckleluck lined out to Mike Kelly in center field. Hit the ball hard his first time up. First pitch, in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Eight hits now unofficially for the Pilots. Foul straight back, 0-2. Chinooks have 1 hit. That would be a double by Blake Wilhoit. (4-1) our score. Nate Riddle trying to finish this up. The pitch. Just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lamb just drove 2 in. He's at first. Jacob Stinson at second. A 1-2 count on 9-hitter Andrew Knuckleluck. Here's the pitch. That's, again, well off the plate. Counts even, 2-2. Come the set. Now the pitch. Little looper in the center. That's trouble. That's going to fall in. Another run's coming home. 5-1 Pilots. Did not barrel that one up, but got enough of it to get it over Tommy Rover's head. RBI single for Andrew Knuckleluck. And 9 hits now for the Pilots as they lead this game now 5-1. Ninth batter of the inning is Elijah Rodriguez. First pitch, that's drilled, caught by Ryan Linasio. That'll be L4. I thought it got by him. A good snare, put a star by that play. But the Pilots, they get 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And your new score as we go to the 4th inning, it's Pilots 5 and the Chinooks 1.
Special thanks to one of our sponsors.
All right, we're out here in the outfield with left-handed pitcher Gage Webster, and welcome to the Chinooks. You just kind of joined the club a few days ago, officially on the field, and to get your first outing, how'd that feel?
It was pretty good. I'm not pitching for about 2.5 weeks, just or 2.5 months almost, just getting the shoulder right. But it was nice to be back out on the field, that's for sure. It's nice to be able to compete, and especially back home, my home state. So
well,
nice.
Talk about that. Talk about where you're from, where you're going to school, just what year in school you are, those types of things.
Yeah, so I went to school here all through high school, and then out of high school, I went to the University of Utah for 2 years.
Okay.
And unfortunately, there, about 3 weeks into my stint there, I started having shoulder issues and ended up having to get labrum surgery at the end of my freshman year.
Okay.
And so just spent pretty much 2 years there just rehabbing. And then my last year in college, this last year, I kind of wanted to see if I could still pitch again, something like that, maybe give myself a little bit of a break. And so I went down to California to Vanguard University.
Okay.
And so just kind of had to see what the shoulder, what it had to sore for me, kind of thing like that. So it was a nice place to rehab, beautiful weather, nice scenery and stuff like that. So it was fun, it's always, nice going to a winning team and stuff like that. So that was a good time. So kind of built back up there, and then, coming up for this year, I was happy to play summer ball. I talked to Coach Cole in the fall, and I was just like, hey, I'd for sure play for you guys. I just want to come back here and make sure, kind of get the shoulder bulletproof and see how the velocity takes back up. So all that was good. Through a couple lives, things were looking good. So, I was ready to roll. And so I was supposed to pitch against the Pilots, I think, with that rainy game, but it was, Miners is, they're a good team. So it was nice just to get on the mound again and compete again. So.
Well, you look comfortable out there. You look like you belonged out there. So I hope that, you go through the rest of the summer incident-free. Talk about your experiences with the guys, even though you've been here just a couple of days. What's it been like to be a Chinook for a couple of days?
It's been a really cool experience. So, always joining a team kind of as a later guy, you never know, how the team's going to take you or how guys are going to be. But, so far, so good. I like, just being out with the pitching staff in the bullpen. It was a blast. All the guys are good guys on the team. So, yeah.
I don't know if I want to know what goes on in that bullpen.
yeah. No, it's always a good time with the pitchers. But, yeah, it was a good time, just had a blast, and it's just nice to be out on the field again. So just playing the sport you love.
So last thing I'm going to ask you here, you grew up here.
Yeah.
You grew up in Anchorage, Alaska.
Did
you grow up watching the Pilots and the Bucks and the Chinooks?
Yeah, so, it's definitely like everybody kind of knew like the summer ball league was a lot of good talent and stuff. So, yeah, I came out to watch a lot of good guys. I got a chance to play for the Bucks when I was in high school. And that was pretty cool. You kind of, as a last kid, you don't get to see a whole lot of upper level baseball until you start going out of state. So it's kind of like the first
So this isn't your first stint in the ABL?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So yeah, so they brought me on just kind of for pitching for the when they were in the playoffs my junior year in high school. But it's just nice to it was nice to be just around like high caliber guys. A lot of the guys on that team were all pretty much a whole D1 team. So it's nice to just see how guys handle themselves and just how higher upper tier baseball kind of is. So yeah, summer ball here has always been a pretty cool thing. So
well,
for sure.
Thanks for lending your talents to this Chinook group this year. We'll look forward to seeing a lot more of you here the last half of the season.
Yeah.
Gage, thanks for taking time today.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you to Gage Webster for giving me a few minutes of his time. And in the interim now, Matheson a double to left, and he got balked to third. A 1-1 count to Rover. He'll ground it in the hole. Tough play here. Long throw, and they got him. Boy, nice play by Joey Wright. Put a star by that one. But it nets a run. RBI ground out for Tommy Rover. And the Nooks will cut into that lead. It's now 5-2. And stepping in is now Logan Mance. And Logan flew out to left field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Still on the mound is Casey Uper. So Gage Webster, his second go-round. I didn't remember that he had actually been on an ABL roster in high school. Bucks picked him up toward the end of the summer a couple of years ago. The 0-1. Ball's hammered into the right center gap, and that's going to roll for a while. Logan's thinking about 2, and he'll get there. A stand-up double for Logan Mance here with 1 out in the 4th. So that'll bring up Ty Beck. Nooks are not going away. A 4-run third inning gave the Pilots a 5-1 lead. They've cut that to 5-2, and they're looking for more. Ty Beck, a walk and a run scored in the 3rd inning. First pitch, gonna miss high, ball 1. Ty Beck came in to this ball game, 214, 12 for 56, 4 runs scored, a double and 8 RBIs. And I guess somebody called time, maybe Ty. (1-0) catches the corner. It's 1-1. Both starters still in the game. Still nobody thrown in that Chinook bullpen, and it looks like you might have a left-hander thrown in the Pilot bullpen. 1-1 pitch just misses. 27 getting loose for the Pilots. It's a lefty. It's going to be Matt Zawatowski. We've seen him before. And he'll likely be the next arm behind Casey Uper. Spin move, and he's done that a couple of times. The Nooks trying to go to 11-12 on the year. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to second. Should be playable for Bermudez. He flips it over to first, and there's 2 outs. Well, that'll move Logan Mance to third base. And the 9-hitter, Braden Broom, stepping in.
Braden Broom.
Braden Broom walked his first time up. On the summer. And boy, he got hit. He's getting hit. He's gotten hit a lot this summer. That's the 5th time he's gotten hit this summer. So Braden will take his base. You got runners on the corners, 2 outs. Boy, you'd love to kind of maximize here and get a couple more runs in. That's going to bring a visit from the Pilot dugout, and the infielders will converge on the mound. Take a bit of a break. 5-2 Pilots, but the Nooks 2 on and 2 outs here in the 4th. Pitch was behind the head of Kelly, and on the pitch, you got Braden Broom taken off for second, so now you got two in scoring position as Broom steals the bag, and 2 outs. 1-0 count on Mike Kelly, left on left matchup in there for a strike. Braden Broom steals his second base of the summer. Kelly's had a rough go of it. 2 called third strikes today. A 1-1 count with 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. The pitch. Up the middle, right back to Uper, and he'll flip it over and get the final out of the inning. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house. The Nooks leave 2 in scoring position. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Pilots.
This inning score, Pilots 5, Chinooks 2. Brought to you by Labor.
Nate Riddle back in the saddle here in inning number 4. Bump strike 1 into Will Bermudez. Next pitch just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bermudez led the inning off in the 3rd inning as the Pilots batted around 9 batters. 1-1 pitch fouled off. It's 1-2. Bermudez 0 for 2, couple of ground balls to second base here in game 2. Nate Riddle on for his 4th inning of work. 1-2 pitch fouled off. One-two pitch. Popped up left side. Logan Mant's going to run out of room over there. And pretty nice crowd today. Look down both sidelines. There's a lot of people at this ballpark. Sunday afternoon ball game. And nothing like a sunny Sunday afternoon to bring the people out to the ballpark. 1-2 pitch. Foul tip and can't quite hold on. Will Hoyt couldn't quite squeeze that one. Count remains 1-2. Well, you'd love to have a shutdown inning here as the Nooks were able to add a run on, and there half of the fourth. That ball's drilled foul, first base side. Do it again. 1 run in the third, 1 run in the fourth for
That foul ball
Chinooks.
brought to you by the Brown Jug.
Right now, that 4-run third inning, the difference. 6 hits in batting around in the third. Next 1-2 pitch. Went down and got it, and it's a base hit. That was a breaking pitch, and a pretty good piece of hitting right there by Bermudez. That's his first hit of the game. That'll bring up Blake Jackson.
Now batting, Blake Jackson.
And with the wind picking up a little bit behind us, those cottonwood seeds are starting to blow around again. Blake Jackson, 2 for 2, a triple and a single. Halfway to the cycle. Needs a double and a home run. First pitch is a strike. The 0-1. Foul back off, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the fourth inning, game 2 of a doubleheader. Chinooks end up winning game 1 by a score of 5-4. Next pitch, there goes the runner, throw down to second, and the ball pops out of Tommy's glove. A stolen base for Will Bermudez. And Will Bermudez now, that's 5 stolen bases on the year for him. Blake Jackson with a 2-2 count at the plate. Here's the pitch. Pop-up should be playable. Shallow right field, Leo under it, and now Mike Kelly coming way in front of Leo for out number 2. So they do have an extended area of turf here on this field, so you can see well behind what normally would be the dirt area. I don't know, 15 or 20 feet of green turf, which is the early part of the outfield. Stepping in now for the Pilots is Nathan Barraza. Barraza's 2 for 2, having a good ball game. There's the bunt, and you got to hurry. Will Hoyt catches. And, well, I don't know why you didn't throw it. He did a good job of faking the throw to first base. And I thought he had Bermudez dead to rights, and he didn't throw it. Because Bermudez came flying around third and put the brakes on. And it's possible that Logan wasn't ready for the throw, but thought you had him dead. So it'll be a single for Barraza. He's 3 for 3 now on the bunt. 2 on, only 1 out, as the Pilots try to add now to a 5-2 lead. Boy, you'd love to get a double play here and shut this thing down. Ground ball to third. You backhand, tag the runner. He's safe. Throw to first, not in time. So, I don't know if they're going to give him a fielder's choice there or an infield single. Probably a fielder's choice. And everybody's safe. That ball took Logan Mance to his right. And the Colonel's going to go out and ask on the play why the guy at third wasn't out. Because Logan tagged the runner. And I didn't see an immediate call by the field umpire. He was that guy talking to Colonel Ted right now, who's the acting head coach. going to give an explanation. Not sure. Couldn't tell from here whether he got him tagged off the bag or not. And everybody's going to be called safe here. So
Now batting, Jacob Stinson.
So now it's Jacob Stinson with the bases full of pilots, still only one out. So you're still just an infield ground ball away from getting out of trouble here. Stinson a single to center field his last time up, flew out to left in his first plate appearance today. First pitch misses, ball one. 5-2 Pilots, but they are threatening here in inning number 4. Bases loaded, only one out. Nate Riddle still on the mound, and you do have Shane Steffen down there throwing in the bullpen. Shane Steffen played in the game against the Kingsmen. He's a local Anchorage product that played some shortstop in that exhibition game against the Kingsmen a couple weeks ago. He's also a pitcher, and he's getting loose. 2-0 pitch, called a strike. You've got this 5 games in 4 days stretch, and you started Jacob Hulse yesterday. He's also an Anchorage product at Matsu, and Jacob took a no-hitter into the 4th, so certainly held his own. And it looks like you might have to go to Shane Steffen next. Three and one with the bases loaded. And Nate Riddle might be getting close to empty. In there for a strike. 3-2. Nope. Put him in play here. Let your defense go to work. Jacob Stinson at the plate for the Bucks, or the Pilots, excuse me. A full count. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, got him. Foul tip, and Blake held on. Really good pitch right there. And let's see, strikeout number 3. So 3 strikeouts by Nate Riddle, and now with 2 outs, it's Joey Wright, and Joey Wright was one of the other strikeout victims. First pitch, ground ball to third. This should do it. Logan's going to step on the bag, and there's your inning. So you do a great job of getting out of trouble. Bases were loaded, only 1 out, a strikeout, a ground out. No runs on 2 hits. You leave them loaded. Pilots have now left 9 on base and 6 in scoring position. And boy, what a big 0 that is. And now you hope your offense can kind of hit your way back into this one. 5-2 our score. The Pilots are going to the bullpen. Back in just a minute. All right, the new pitcher is Mac Zawitowski, 6'1", 205, a left-handed freshman from Chaminade of Honolulu, Coto de Casa, California native. First pitch in there for strike one. This is Blake Wilhoit. Blake 1 for 2, RBI double his last time up, grounded out to second base back in the first inning. For Zawitowski, 8th appearance of the summer, 1-0 with a 2.34 ERA. A 1 pitch off the plate. Seven and 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks for the left-handed freshman. The 1-1 and holds up there. 2 balls and a strike. 2, 3, and 4 for the Chinooks here in inning number 5. Again, we're playing 7, game 2 of the doubleheader. 2-1. Missed high. Well, you need some base runners. You're down 3, and you got 3 more innings to get it done. Trying to preserve the undefeated Sunday summer for the Chinooks. They are 5-0 on Sunday afternoon. All 5 games have been against the Pilots. 3-2 on Blake Wilhoit. Left on left matchup. The kick, the payoff. Inside, ball 4. It'll be the first walk for Zawitowski. And
Now batting, Ryan Leonasio.
walk number 4 for Pilot pitching. Now it's Ryan Leonasio. That's not right. Walk number 5. Leo has walked twice. Pretty good. Might have been a balk move there. Got that umpire right over there. Zawitowski kind of glided toward the plate and then eased the throw over to first. Don't need anyone to get picked off here. As you're down 3. And you got nobody out, so you need base runners. The pitch, there's the bunt attempt, fouled off. Well, you've got the right side of that infield wide open, so if you get it into that hole, Bermudez is playing up the middle a bit and deep, and Barraza is holding the runner, so there's a huge hole over there. You just got to make sure you get it by Zawitowski, the pitcher. 0-1 is the count. And again, pretty close move right there, close to a balk. The 0-1. Call the strike, it's 0-2. Here's the next pitch. Well short of the plate, gets by the catcher. And over to second goes Wilhoit. Wild pitch. That was about a 55-foot pitch, and no shot for Troy Harding to block it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Leo. Well, you need to start chipping away. The Nooks have done a nice job the last couple innings of tallying at least a run, and just need to keep doing that. 1-2 pitch, grounder in the hole to short. Actually, the third baseman will cut it off. Nice play by Knuckleluck over there to get the out. Might have been a really tough play for right at short if it had gotten through. And Wilhoit has to stay at second base. Runner at second, 1 out now for Ryan Callahan. Callie 0 for 2, couple of fly balls to center field. First pitch off the plate. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Pretty good spot, called the ball. 2-0. Woolhoit started the inning with a walk, a ground ball by Leo that was cut off by Knuckleluck at third base. 1 out, runner at second, and a 2-0 count on Ryan Callahan. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Zawitowski, the set, and he'll just step inside, trying to keep Blake close to second base. Got the left-hander on the mound. It is a good opportunity to sneak off and steal a bag here. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit more now. You can hear it hitting that crowd mic. 2-1 count on Callie, the pitch. Line drive, short hops the shortstop. And you throw it across, safe, pulled him off the bag. Now we'll see if, I don't know, we're going to have no way of knowing whether they give him an error or not. I'm going to give him a hit. That ball's in the hole.
Ryan Matheson.
Joey Wright way in the hole. And Woolhoit holds his ground at second. 2 on, 1 out. And now it's Ryan Matheson. Boy, Rhino's got the juice. If you catch one here, the wind is blowing out towards the left field area. Get one up in the wind and we're tied. Here's the first pitch. Just off the plate, ball 1. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unofficially, the Nooks got 4 hits. Add up the Pilots. I think they got 11 hits. Line shot foul, look out. That scatters them down on the Chinook dugout. Got a good crowd here. Plenty of Chinook fans. Plenty of Pilot fans. A 1-1 count on Matheson. And that's a fly ball to left. And back toward the warning track. The center fielder's going to catch it. And Woolhoit will tag and go to third base. Not sure why you don't tag it first, but you don't. So Matheson, a fly ball to left field.
Tommy Rover.
And over to third goes Woolhoit. Callahan holds at first. 2 outs in the inning. And now it's Tommy Rover. And Tommy, a couple of ground balls. Last time, a really good play by Joey Wright to get him out on a ball that actually netted a run for the Chinooks. So you got 2 outs, 2 aboard. Boy, even 1 run here would help the cause in a 5-2 game. Zawitowski, the set. And there's the pick. Kind of knew that was coming. Well, don't think you're going to see, well, we'll see. Don't think you're going to Cali running here. The pitch. And that's going to be off the plate. Well, they obviously aren't enforcing the time clock rule. I have noticed in the last probably week or so, pitchers are taking their sweet time to deliver the baseball. That pitch is going to be off the plate. 2-0. Don't quite understand that. We agreed to play NC2A rules, and that's one of the rules that we are not playing. No, I haven't seen a pitch clock violation all summer. A long pause again. 2-0 pitch off the plate. 3-0. Two outs, two aboard. Chinooks trying to come from behind. Played a back and forth game one. End up winning 5-4. The 3-0 off the plate, ball four in it. The bases are full of Chinooks. Tommy Rover draws the walk. And that's going to bring up Logan Mance.
Now batting, Logan Mance.
Second walk of the inning for Zawitowski. 6 walks unofficially for Pilot pitching. And big opportunity here in the 5th inning. We're playing 7, and you got 3 runners on for Logan Mance. Doubled his last time up. And first pitch just a bit low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big hack right there. 1-1. Well, you don't need a home run. A single will do. A walk will do. Or anything to just chip away at that lead. Zawitowski struggled with the command a bit. He's walked a couple of batters in this inning. Here's the 1-1. Tapper foul. One ball, 2 strikes. Now you got to go to work if you're Logan Mance. Got to battle. Put this ball in play. Make the defense work a little bit. Runners got to be moving on contact. Ball sneaks through the infield. You got to score at least 2. Finds a gap. You got a chance to score 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. That's going to score 2. And the throw will come in, not in time. And the Nooks got it down to a 1-run game. Big hit for Logan Mance. 2 RBI single for the third baseman. Scores Callahan and Wilhoit, and it's a 1-run game. This is reminiscent of the first game. Back and forth we go. Nooks trying to come from behind as they did in the first game. Ended up winning that one 5-4. Seesaw battle, and here we go again in game 2. Same kind of dynamic. Now it's Ty Beck. A walk, a grounder to second, 0 for 1. Left on left matchup. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. We're at the 8th spot in the Nook lineup. Braden Broom waits on deck. Next pitch in there for a strike. Ty 1 for 2 in the opener. Still looking for his first hit here in the nightcap. 1-1 the count with 2 outs and 2 aboard. The kick, the pitch, just a little bit inside maybe. 2-1. Mr. Umpire was a little bit looser in the early going. And for both sides, he seems to have tightened up a bit here. Last inning or so. A 2-1 count now on tie. Zawitowski gets the swing and the miss. Counts even, 2-2. 6'1", 205, the freshman from Chaminade of Honolulu. That's a college or university, and he's a Coto de Casa, California native. Came on in the 5th inning, and he's still out there with a 2-2 count. And Ty battles on that tough pitch, right in on his hands, fouls it back to the left. Count remains 2-2. Five-4 Pilots. Top of the 5th inning. The Nooks have put 2 more on the board. Fouls that one off again. And he's battling. The Nooks got 5 hits unofficially in this ball game. The next 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. He got him. Strikeout number 1 for relief pitcher Max Zawitowski. And that's 3 strikeouts for Pilot pitching. But the Chinooks, 2 runs on 2 hits. You leave 2 on. And your new score from Mulcahy Stadium, it's now the Pilots 5 and the Chinooks 4. All right, we've got the switcheroo going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As you've burned the DH, you've gone to a straight 9-man lineup for the 2nd game in a row. What you've done is bring Kevin Duran in to play third base. You've moved Logan Mance from 3rd to 1st. And Ty Beck is now on the mound for the Chinooks. And so Beck will take over on the mound, and Duran will take over as the 3rd baseman, and you've lost Ryan Matheson now for the rest of this game as either a hitter or a pitcher. And let's pull up the information. Ty, I think this is Ty's third appearance on the mound here for the Chinooks. Gotta verify that. First pitch misses, ball 1. As a pitcher, fourth appearance, excuse me. 3 innings pitched, no strikeouts, 1 walk for Ty Beck. And he's fallen behind now, 2-0. At the plate, Andrew Lamb, the designated hitter, 1 for 1, a 2 RBI single his last time up. He walked in the second. You can see that wind picking up, blowing straight across this field from right to left. Pitch is in there, it's 2-1. So the Nooks are in a 9-man lineup, so whoever pitches from here on out is going to have to hit if you don't use a pinch hitter. The 2-1. This is outside. 3 balls and a strike. So Nate Riddle is now done after 4 innings. Gives up 5 runs on 11 hits. 3-1 pitch off the plate, a leadoff walk to Lamb. First walk for Ty. And
Andrew Nicola.
Just the second walk of the day. I think Nate walked 1. And now it's the 9-hitter, Andrew Knuckleluck. Knuckleluck 1 for 2. A liner to center and a base hit and an RBI to center. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Well, unofficially 4 runs on 5 hits for the Chinooks. 5 runs on 11 hits for the Pilots. Here's the 1-0. Gonna miss low and away. 2-0. Well, it's not getting any easier. Got a couple of lefties that can swing a little bit. Elijah Rodriguez and Will Bermudez waiting in the wings as the 1 and 2 hitters. We're at the 9 spot in the lineup for the Pilots. Here's the 2-0. And that's well off the plate. 3-0. Well, we have seen Logan Mance on the mound, so if for some reason you want to go to a person that's already in the game, it could be Logan. These guys could just flip-flop it. There's ball 4. Back-to-back walks to open up the 5th inning. And there's 2 on, nobody out. Top of the lineup, Elijah Rodriguez. He hit a bullet to Leo at second his last time up to end the 3rd inning. There's a 9th batter in that inning. Grounded out to short, struck out swinging. He's 0 for 3. Left on right matchup here, Ty against the lefty Rodriguez. He's going to show bunt, pull back. Yeah, no reason to bunt here until Ty starts filling up the zone. Just going to square around probably again until you get a strike. And there's one. All right, 1-1. Well, that's going to miss high. 2-1. Well, you take the double play, and I always like to say you take the triple play here. Pilots need to go ahead and run a hit and run. Hit a line drive to Leo up the middle. Catches it, steps on second, tags the runner from first. Here's the 2-1. That ball is hit into right field, base hit. Brady's going to come in and make the throw, but no shot to get the runner. And actually, it was close. That ball got through. Logan Mance the cutoff, and if Blake had held on to that, he might have had a play at the plate. Ball got through Blake Wilhoit. Ty was backing up, and it's a run. And the Pilots get one of those 2 runs back. It's 6-4. And they're going to come out and make sure that Blake is all right. Well, you end up with runners at second and third on the throw to the plate. So it'll be a single and an RBI for Rodriguez. He'll end up at second. Nicolak ends up at third. You're going to bring the infield in here for Will Bermudez. Still nobody out. So those 2 runs you just got, trying to protect that. It's a 2-run lead now for the Pilots, and they're looking for more here. Swings and fouls it straight back, strike 1. Well, you love to work ahead. Nice job by Ty there. Infield got to get dirty, keep this ball in front of them. They're playing in to cut this run down. We're in the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning ball game. Game 2 of the double dip. The kick, the 0-1, and he hit him. Just nipped his leg, and he'll hop down to first base. So a hit batter will load him up. That really doesn't hurt you, as it gives you a force play at all the bases. I think you got to stay in here. I'm not sure you want to trade it out for a run. And they're going to bring him back in. I think that's the right call. And it's Blake Jackson at the plate. Jackson 2 for 3. And the wild pitch goes to the net. And now you're going to have to bring him in anyways. So a wild pitch moves all 3 runners. And those runs you scored, it's back to a 3-run lead now for the Pilots. 7-4. Second and third now. Still no one out. Full windup for Ty. The 1-0. Chopped to first. Got to hurry. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Boy, that was a slow developing play. And I don't know. As much as you hate to take the out, it just, I mean, great jump at third base by Rodriguez, the leadoff hitter. So it'll be a fielder's choice, 3-2. And Bermudez to third. Here comes the Babe out to the mound. Runners on the corner, still no one out. And you got a grounder, which is kind of what you were hoping for, but it was a chopper. And you really didn't have a great shot at the plate. So easy to see from up here. I know in the moment you're competitive. You want to try to throw that runner out at the plate. You got all the infielders on the mound for a meeting with Easton Babe. A 4-run lead now with the Pilots making it much more comfortable. It's been a back and forth day at Mulcahy Stadium, so anytime you can minimize the damage, you want to. You got nobody tossing in that Chinook bullpen. So, like I said, one of the options you would have if you're not going to bring anyone in out of the pen is having Ty and Logan flip-flop on the mound and first base. At least you could do that. Now Logan threw a couple of days ago, so it may not be in the mix today. First pitch, gonna miss low, ball 1. This is the cleanup hitter, Nathan Barraza. All he's done is go 3 for 3 today. Last time up, he laid down a bunt single, base hit to left, and an RBI single to left. Here's the 1-0. Little tapper to second, should be 2, 6, 4, 3. And the Pilots will trade a run for a double play every time in this situation. Nooks get the double play, but the Pilots get a run. And no RBI for Barraza. Second time that's happened today. but it's 9-4. And the Pilots have come back and put up their second 4-run inning of the ball game. Here's Troy Harding. Ball skips to the plate, ball 1. Troy Harding on the day, 2 for 3. Pilots have swung it well in this game. RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Hit a ball to, and that ball hit right in the middle of the 3. Drilled him right in the back. So down to first base goes the catcher, Troy Harding. Now it's Jacob Stinson. Stinson 1 for 3. 2 outs in the inning, and that hit right in the middle of his back. Kind of walking it off down there at first base. And stepping in is the left fielder, Jacob Stinson, for the 4th time. Fly ball to left, base hit to center, and a strikeout. 1 for 3 here in game 2. First pitch. Ball's high and deep, right center. Playable for Broom, though, right in the shadow of the scoreboard, and he'll come in and make the grab for the final out. F9 if you're scoring at the house. The Pilots bring 8 batters to the plate. They score another 4 runs, and they now lead it 9-4.
Pilots.
Well, the Pilots have gone to the bullpen again. This will be their 2nd relief pitcher of the day. That's Tommy Beam, 6'7", 200, sophomore out of West Virginia University, Gibsonia, Pennsylvania native. And he'll face Braden Broom to lead it off here in inning number 6. 9-4 Pilots, comfortable 5-run lead. The Nooks, 2 innings to go to preserve their undefeated Sunday streak this summer. Boy, hammered high deep to left. If it stays fair, and Mr. Umpire said it was foul. Boy, that was way out of here. Braden Broom turning on a fastball, and as high as that flagpole is, 40 feet high, that ball went over the foul pole and to the left of that orange foul pole. I don't know who puts orange foul poles up, but they got them here. And it's a long strike. So Braden got to come back. How many times you just don't see? It happened in the big leagues yesterday where a guy hit a foul home run and then came back and hit a fair one. More times than not, after a foul home run, dude strikes out. It just happens. And I don't wish anything on Braden here, but yesterday in the big leagues, a guy hit a foul one and then he hit a fair one. I don't know who that was, but I saw it on SportsCenter. 1-1 pitch. This is inside. 2-1. Braden has walked and got hit by a pitch. He's been on base both times. Facing the big, lanky right-hander, Tommy Beam. Boy, another good swing right there by Braden. Just missed a fastball. For Tommy Bean, this is appearance number 7 of the summer. He has 1 start under his belt. He's 0-1 with a 12.78 ERA. 6 in the 3rd innings, 8 strikeouts and 8 walks for the sophomore from West Virginia University. Off the plate, good take there by Braden. And it's a 3-2 count. Boy, you need base runners here. Love to take a leadoff walk. Beam, the set, the payoff. Boy, he got jammed. Tough play here. Nobody at first. You got to hurry. And safe. Boy, a bang-bang play. And Beam was just a tick late in starting to first base. And that'll be an infield single. Good hustle by Braden Broom. And that's exactly what the Nooks needed there, a base runner. Easton Babe coaching first now with Tim Cole on the sidelines after getting ejected from game 1. Sorry, I had to say it, Tim. And the Colonel coaching for 3rd base. Game 2, Mike Kelly takes a whack at the first pitch he sees, fouls it off to the left, 0-1. The Babe, it's got the uni on. He's union up. That number 22, and Ted wearing the red Chinook shirt. Line drive, center field, base hit. And Broom will go to 3rd base, and the Nooks a couple of base hits to start inning number 6. Well, that's what we've had all day long. A back and forth game. First hit of the ball game for Mike Kelly. And 1st and 3rd, nobody out for Blake Wilhoit. Well, you had the lefty, Uper, starting this game. And you had a couple of lefties at the top of the Chinook lineup. There's not a lefty in the game anymore. A couple of lefties. Zawitowski was a lefty. You got, I don't know, Kelly's going to take a pretty good lead here. Don't really want a chance running into an out when you're down 5, so unless you're sure you're going to get the bag. 1 ball, no strikes to Blake Wilhoit. Blake, an RBI double and a ground ball to second. He's 1 for 2. He also walked. 2-0. And the deeper this count goes in Wilhoit's favor, the less you want to have to think about stealing second here. And Kelly getting a decent lead. And there he goes. Throw to second, and he's out. I don't like it. Sorry. Just don't think it's worth the chance right there. They'll gladly change taken out for a run there. And Mike Kelly's a quick runner, but not sure that was the best choice to go try to steal second base. 2-6, he's out. And those outs are precious. You're down to your last 5 of them. You're down 5 runs. 3-0 pitch. And just does, boy, he got the call there. Looked to be low. And Wilhoit steps back in with a 3-1 count. The pitch. And, ooh, that looked like it was up in the zone. And Beam gets that call, and it's 3-2. Well, got a battle here. 3-2 with 1 away. He'll take this run at 3rd if you can get it in. The pitch. And that was way inside, called strike 3. And don't think that was a strike. I'm not sure why Mr. Umpire staring down the Chinook dugout. That ball was on the, it was well inside. So Will Hoyt, a strikeout victim, and now it's Ryan Linagio. Takes ball 1. That strikeout will be the first strikeout for Tommy Beam. And 4 strikeouts for the Pilot pitchers. Here's the 1-0 off the plate. 2-0. Beam has not thrown. This is the frustrating part of this, especially that third strike, is he has not been around the plate. And to get that call in that situation, kind of tough. Fouled straight back. Good swing by Rhino. I'm not sure. Maybe something came out of the dugout from the Chinook side of it, but as Blake was walking back to the dugout, Mr. Umpire sent some laser eyes toward the dugout. As Linaccio takes another good swing at a fastball, fouls it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9-4 Pilots. Here's the 2-2 off the plate. Well, you're down to your last 4 outs here. Chinooks have done it before, and the first game they came from behind to win 5-4, but this is a little difference. 5-run deficit. Ground ball to short. Easy play for Joey Wright, and he'll throw out Leo for the final out. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. The Nooks, no runs on 2 hits. You leave 1 on, and we're through 5.5. You got 3 more outs, and that Sunday streak on the line. 9-4 Pilots. All right, the Chinooks have gone to the bullpen for the second time. And your new pitcher is the stat man, Shane Steffen. He's my point streak man when we're at home. And today he's going to get the ball. A senior, a graduate of Diamond High School right here in Anchorage, Alaska. And he'll get the ball on the mound for the first time. He played short against the Kingsmen in the only non-league game that the Chinooks were had on a schedule this year, and he'll now get the nod to try to get 3 outs here in the 6th inning. 9-4 Pilots. 7-8-9. This is Joey Wright. First pitch. Drops a breaking ball in there, strike one. 5'8", 150, a right-hander. Again, a senior, actually a graduated senior from Diamond High School, right here in Anchorage. Another good off-speed, and he gets to swing through it. 0-2. And he hit him. Breaking pitch that didn't break much, and Joey Wright took it off the hip. Hit batter leads the inning off, and now it's Andrew Lamb. Andrew Lamb, 2 walks and a 2-run single. He's 1 for 1. And Lamb will step in with a runner at first, nobody out. The pitch, off the plate. All right, Mr. Cole has checked in from Mulvane, Kansas. Trying to keep the spirits up for the Nooks. Pop up, and I don't think it's going to stay in the ballpark. Fouled out of play as Duran gives chase over by the fence at third. Gets out of here. Chinooks, they came from behind and won the first game 5-4. They're trailing by 5 runs here in the 6th inning of a 7-inning game 2 of the double dip. So you've also beaten the Pilots 5 consecutive times on Sunday here in Alaska. So that Sunday winning streak is now on the line with the Chinooks only 3 outs left to try to change things. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stat man. Off the plate, 2-1. Shane Steffen. Boy, he's done a great job for me on the stats. And served our team well in a lot of capacities. And now he gets to play in a real ABL game. The 2-1. Drilled into right field, base hit. And Braden Broom will throw to third, and easily over to third goes Joey Wright. Well, Lamb, his 2nd hit of the day, and now it's the 9-hitter Andrew Nekaluk. Well, you're just trying to get 3 outs here, and the Pilots don't want to cooperate. A hit batter and a single. Now it's Nekaluk for the 4th time. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Base hit up the middle, scored a run. Back in inning number 3. 2 4-run innings for the Pilots in this one. Now Shame's going to step off because the hitter, Nekaluk, stepped out of the box. From the set, the 0-1 misses high. Well, I have unofficially 9 runs on 13 hits for the Pilots. I'll have to try to add that up between innings, see if we can get a decent line score. No live stats when we play the Pilots here at Anchorage. And he hit the 2nd batter. That went off the Evo shield in the pocket. So some of these guys bring those, I guess, are the mitten. The mitten that they carry in their pocket, that went off of that. You could hear that plunk. So 2 hit batters and a single, have the bases loaded. Top of the order, Elijah Rodriguez. 1 for 4 today, and that's going to bring a visit from the Babe. Easton Babe out to talk to Shane Steffen. for umpire. Been a long day at the yard for these umpires, for everybody. Double header day, and he's going to go out and break up the party. Chinooks have 7 hits so far in this ball game, and unofficially the Pilots with 13. First pitch, that's drilled center field. Kelly on his horse. I'm not sure he's going to get it, and he won't. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and the third runner will stay at third base. 2 RBI double for Elijah Rodriguez. And that ball, again, the wind blowing that way, it got up and it took off. Kelly got on his horse, but he's not fast enough to run that thing down. 2 RBIs, that's 3 RBIs in the game for Rodriguez now. And second and third, still nobody out. And it's 11-4, 7-run lead. Now it's Will Bermudez. First pitch is going to miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, you're not, no. You're going to concede the run up the middle, and the corner guys, you know, Logan is even with the bag at first. Line shot foul. Kevin Durant at third base, a couple of steps behind the bag, so the 1-1 pitch fouled off to the left side, and it's 1-2. We'll see if we can count up these Pilot hits. They've got 2 more this inning. Scoreboard does not keep up with the hits. That ball just misses high. 2-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hits. Ground ball up the middle. Tommy fields it, throws across, got him. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. That's the first out of the inning. It will score a run, and it's 12-4. No run rule in the 7. We mistakenly played a run rule last Sunday in that rainy day here at Anchorage against these Pilots. Is the Nooks would take a 12-1 5-inning victory, and there was an email sent the next day by Commissioner Chip Dill verifying that we don't have run rules in a 7-inning game. Pop up, second base, and Leo's got it. Runner will not tag. He'll throw it to the plate. Blake will block it. 2 outs in the inning. So that'll be an F4. He was out in the outfield when he caught it. And there are 2 outs. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Nathan Barraza.
Zach Cole.
Well, that's false. Zach Cole is going to get at bat. So Zach was our stat guy last year, and he's going to step in and get an AB here. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Zach from Eagle River, part of the Chinooks last year. Breaking pitch, got him. 0-2. Got the call. 2 outs and an 0-2 count. Runner at third. 12-4 Pilots. They've added 3 more runs here in the 6th inning. Shane Steffen, the breaking pitch, strike 3 call, and Zach Cole kind of shaking his head. And Mr. Umpire's not going to have any of it. So a strikeout to end the 6th inning. That'll get the Chinook dugout fired up. First strikeout for Shane Steffen. And Let's see here. Just 3 strikeouts on the day unofficially for Chinook pitching. We will go to the top of the 7th. And the Nooks, they got a lot of work to do. They're down 8. You need 8 to tie, 9 to take the lead. And for the Nooks, it'll be Ryan Callahan, Kevin Duran, and Tommy Rover. Back in a minute. Well, it's game 23 here, and before we run out of time, I keep forgetting this is a 7-inning game. We're going to read from, you guessed it, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So hope you, if you need your soul restored at any point in the days ahead, follow the Lord. The Lord is my shepherd. It's not always easy, and doesn't promise you that things will be easy, but he does promise that he will restore our souls. And so thankful that we're teaching these guys day by day about what that means, what it means to follow, as our shepherd Jesus Christ taught us here through David in the Psalms. Psalm 23. The verse of game 23 here. As we go to the bottom or top of the 7th inning, this is going to be it if the Chinooks cannot score at least 8 runs. And it's Ryan Callahan. First pitch misses, ball 1. Callie, 1 for 3. Infield single his last time up to go with a couple of fly balls to center field. Pop up right side of the infield, should be playable. Bermudez, and now yeah, he'll take it, and that'll be out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the 7th, and now it should be Kevin Duran at the plate. First at bat of game 2, Kevin, a couple of knocks in the opener. He was 2 for 4 in the opening game today. And Kevin will get his first plate appearance here in game 2. 12-4 Pilots. Game 2 of the double dip. And the Nooks got 2 outs. That Sunday streak on the line here. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. Big right-hander Tommy Beam, 6'7", 200. Sophomore from West Virginia University. Gibsonia, Pennsylvania native. We have seen Mr. Beam a few times this summer. One 1-0 pitch, big swing and a foul off to the right side. This will be the 4th appearance for Tommy Beam against the Nooks. He pitched on the 6th, 2 1/3 innings against the Chinooks. An inning on the 11th, and he threw a third of an inning on last Sunday in game 1. 1-1 pitch, fouled off, and it's 1-2. Well, and as happens in summer ball, you're always going to have guys. The longer the summer goes, the more familiar you become with some of these relief pitchers, especially. They're going to see multiple outings. Don't always see the starters frequently, but you will see these relievers quite often. The 1-2, got him. High fastball, got him to chase. 5 strikeouts for Pilot pitching, and the Nooks are down to their last out. Tommy Rover will step in. He'll bat from the left side, the switch hitting shortstop. Tommy 0 for 2. He's got an RBI, and he's got a walk, so been on base 1 time. And with 2 outs in the 7th, it'll be the last opportunity here to extend this game. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. Well, the Pilots have swung it well. Unofficially, 14 hits in this ball game. And that pitch is off the plate, 2-0. .2-0 pitch, gonna miss, 3-0. Next pitch is in there, 3-1. Unofficially 7 hits for the Chinooks. Don't think the Pilots have had an error in this game either. Here's the 3-1. Fly ball, right center field, long way to go, and a diving catch by the right fielder. What a great play to end the ball game. And I don't even know who that was. That was, well, it was Elijah Rodriguez. I wasn't sure it was him, but what a great play to end the ball game. And I thought for sure that had gap written all over it. And that'll be a 0 on the board. And that will end the game. And that will end the Sunday win streak against the Pilots. What a freaky thing that was, as coaches shaking hands at home plate. And let's go ahead and recap this game, get you on your way, let you know what's next for both these clubs. The scoring started in the first inning as an RBI single by Nathan Barraza gave the Pilots a 1-0 lead. It would stay 1-0 until the top of the third inning. The Nooks would score a single run and an RBI double by Blake Wilhoit. We were tied 1-1, but then a 4-run third inning in which the Pilots would bat around, and they would plate 4 runs on 6 hits. And key hits in the inning were RBI single by Harding, a 2 RBI single by Lamb, and an RBI single by Nekaluk. And it was 5-1 at that point. The Nooks would come right back and make it 5-2 with a single run in the 4th inning. A routine grounder by Tommy Rover would end up scoring Ryan Matheson. And it was 5-2. No runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Nooks would make it a 1-run game at 5-4, scoring 2 runs in the 5th inning. They brought 7 batters to the plate, and the big hit in that inning was a Logan Mann single, 2 out, 2-run single, and at that point it was 5-4. But the Pilots came swinging the bats here in this one, and they would put 4 up and bringing 8 batters to the plate in the 5th inning, and that was it. No more runs for the Chinooks, as their final line score, 4 runs on 7 hits, and I think there were 2 Chinook errors. The Pilots would add 3 more runs in their 6th inning, a 2-run double, the big hit in that inning by Elijah Rodriguez, and fitting that he made that diving catch in the gap to end the ball game. So your final line score, the Pilots 12 runs, 14 hits, no errors. The Nooks 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Your winning pitcher, let's see here. I think it is going to be Casey Uper. He came out in the 5th. I don't know, stat-wise, I'm going to let the Pilots figure out that one, but in a 7-inning game, I think it's going to be Uper, and I think he'll get his 3rd win of the year. But check the ABL stat, the box score after the game to see who they get the win to. But could be Zawitowski, although I'm not sure about that either. But 7-inning game, if you go 4, generally you're going to be in line for the win. So we'll give it to Uper for now. That'll take his record to 3-1. No save in order here with an 8-run win. The losing pitcher will be Nate Riddle, and he'll drop to 1-3 on the season. The loss will drop the Nooks record to 10-13 in ABL play, and the Pilots will go back over 500 by 1 game at 12-11. Well, let's see what's next for the Pilots, as today is the 9th. So Monday the 10th, they'll play right here at Mulcahy against the Bucks, and Tuesday they play the Oilers. So a couple of games right here at home. They're at home for quite a while here. Boy, they got a home stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in a row at Mulcahy for the Pilots. So, boy, if they can get hot, look out. For the Chinooks, after this doubleheader split with the Pilots, boy, you got 2 more games in the next 2 days, so 5 and 4 days. Hold on to your hats. The Oilers come to Lee Jordan tomorrow, 6 o'clock start back at the friendly confines. and then back on the road at Palmer against the Matsu Miners on Tuesday. And then it'll be an off day on Wednesday, so that'll be a welcome relief after 5 and 4 days for these Chinook players. So that'll wrap things up from Mulcahy on a Sunday afternoon. The Chinooks split a doubleheader. Game 1, a 5-4 comeback win, and Game 2, a 12-4 victory for the Pilots. Thanks for the live chat all day long, and appreciate you tuning into the broadcast. We'll be on the air tomorrow from Lee Jordan Field at about 5:45 Alaska time. Until then, this is Dr. John Gross signing off from Anchorage, Alaska. Thanks for watching. Thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. So long, everybody.